What's up guys, PPD here, and welcome to episode 46 of my road to Manchester City. We start off this episode by having a look at our checklist. We have an updated checklist. We now officially have a World 95 team of the season in there. We have the man of the match De Bruyne and also the man of the match Hart in the checklist. So we have to get those guys, but before we get them, we obviously have to build up coins. And that is what we are doing over here in our transfer list. Team of the season officially came out. EA have released a few packs, not too many. The players are pretty expensive, but I went ahead and did a method that we did a couple of months back during Team of the Year. Went ahead, bought a bunch of squad fitness cards for around 600 to 700 coins, list them up for 1k, and they sell as long as you constantly list them up. I also went ahead and picked up Koscielny as soon as the shortlist for the Premier League Team of the Season was announced, and Koscielny was not in there. I went ahead and bought his 86 second inform card for about 80 to 85,000, somewhere near that, and we ended up selling him for around 100,000, which is at least 10k profit. A very nice profit right there on that second inform Koscielny. And David Luiz's, I was tired of holding him on, and he ended up going down to 1.3. I'm like, you know what, I'll list him for that. So we took a loss on those two David Luiz's right there. Obviously not a big loss, but a loss nonetheless. And we have a bunch of squad fitness cards selling up. We're making about 300 coins off each one, so if you get a lot of those and do that, you will make some nice money. Diego Alves, we sold on the one for 30k. I think I went ahead and bought another one and sold that one for 30k, so we're making some nice trades with Diego Alves. Might do that in the future. Leno, I bought him for around 23,000 when he was in the team of the week, sold him for 30,000. I'm going to be doing this method every time the team of the season comes out. I will buy a player from that team of the week, and we're going to try and make some money because it looks like it is working on our Diego Alves right there. And we are still holding on to a crap load of squad fitness cards, and we also have one more Diego Alves right there. I'm pretty sure I bought that one, and we have another one right there that we got for 25. So I'm going to list those guys up, and for our first game, we're actually going to be playing in the draft. Normally, I play with the City team for the first game, but I accidentally listed up Yaya Toure for an hour, so I had some time to kill. I said, you know what, let's just go play the draft, and that is what we did. We're officially in the second round, I believe. Are we in the second round? No, we're in the third round right now, and we come across this guy who's got a very nice side. Some team of the season BPL players, so I think this was like the day or the day after that team of the season came out, so this guy was pretty new to building his team in this draft, so it was a bit surprising. However, we would get the first chance of the game over here. Messi with an absolute screamer outside the box, finds the top left corner with his strong foot. And I couldn't believe Messi could score that, but then I thought, you know what, this is the 99 Messi, so it only makes sense that he scores like that. What a goal, what a shot, and thanks to the Argentinian man, we are up 1-0 in the 8th minute, and in the 16th minute, we would have another chance over there. He clears it off very poorly right there, gives it to DeMarcos to Effenberg with a great fake shot. Unfortunately, though, his shots was way too high, and he wouldn't be able to find his goal, which I'm pretty sure he scored in every game we've played so far. So Effenberg has been one of our best players in this draft so far. And over here in the 35th minute, we get a free kick at the edge of the box, and we can only give this to Messi. Messi steps up, has a shot. Unfortunately, though, Butland does save it, and then it hits off the post, and then he clears it. So we're attacking a lot, creating a lot of chances. We just can't seem to find that second goal. But in the 45th minute, Lionel Messi, having the game of his life this time, cuts inside, beats two defenders, and finds the back of the net, puts it in the same spot he put his first shot in, or his first goal in, and makes it 2-0. And we go ahead to halftime, but our opponent pauses the game and rage quits, which I found a little bit surprising because he was only down by 2 and there was still another whole half to play. However, I'll give him the benefit of that because he wasn't really creating anything and it wasn't looking good for him. So we officially make it to the final of the draft. This is the first time I've ever gotten to the final, and we come across this guy who also has some Premier League team of the season players in there. Also has got team of the season Marquisio. Very interesting side because his attack is pretty strong. His defense and goalie aren't amazing. Pretty good though because he does have Smalling, but he's playing him at right back, which is a little bit strange. But in the second minute, he would create the first chance of the game. Dele Alli right there gives in a lob to De Rossi to Martial, and Martial goes and does a bicycle kick or a scissor kick or whatever that was. And you know what? I can't even complain. That was a crazy goal. Like, usually I get annoyed when I concede goals, but that was such a great goal that I can't complain. So we're down 1-0 to a Martial screamer right there, and it's not a good start in the final of the draft. However, in the 12th minute, we would have a chance to equalize over here as Benzema, who I absolutely hate in this game and literally has done nothing throughout the whole draft, goes on the attack, and of course he loses the ball. Our opponent goes on the counter attack over here. Messi with a great pass to Neymar. Varane cannot outpace or outmuscle Neymar, and Neymar has an easy finish at the top left corner, makes it 2-0 to our opponent. However, not too long after, literally seconds after we conceded that second goal, our opponent over here goes on the attack once more with Marquisio this time. Marquisio to Messi. However, Marquisio with a poor pass gives it to Tremolinas. Tremolinas to Effenberg. Effenberg to Benzema. And Benzema, who was yet to get himself on goal, I'm pretty sure, throughout this whole draft, comes up big over here, gets us a very important goal to make it 2-1. And we are officially back in the game, looking to grab a second. And over here in the 20th minute, he gives it to Neymar. Neymar to Marquisio. Marquisio with a great ball roll right there. Gives it to Messi. Messi to Harry Kane. And Harry Kane absolutely ruins my defender right there with a fake shot. Has a great shot. And once again, I cannot complain because that was a very nice goal from our opponent. Definitely one of the better players I've played throughout the draft so far. And we're down 3-0. Not 3-0, 3-1. Looking to find another goal before the end of the half. And over here, Messi gives it to Iniesta. Iniesta, who also hasn't really done much throughout the whole draft, comes up big with a great goal. And once again, we are down by 1. We're back in the game, looking to grab a third. And before we head into the second half, we take a look at the stats. Our opponent has created the better chances. He has more possession. But we are looking to play a better second half. And over here, Parejo gives it to Iniesta. Iniesta is going to wait for somebody else to come and find them open. Effenberg to Benzema, and Benzema gets his second goal of the game, makes it 3-3, and we are officially back leveled at 3-3. After being down twice throughout the game. And in the 60th minute, it was time for a change. Despite Benzema having 2 goals this game, I thought it was only right that we brought on Aguero with some fresh legs, bring on Neymar for Ronaldo, who's done nothing, and we also go ahead and bring on Matuidi for Parejo, who was a little bit tired. So we go ahead, and not much happened in the rest of the half. It literally went back and forth, and I think we played a way better second half than our opponent did. We just weren't able to get that 4th goal, and that meant we would go to extra time. And that is what we did. In the 105th minute, this would be the only chance in both halves of extra time. We swing it across to Neymar, and Neymar misses a sitter right there with the header, and he hits the post. And yeah, like I said, that was the only chance both teams created in the 2 halves of extra time, which meant that 3-3, we were going to penalties. And I hate penalties in FIFA. I am terrible. But Tweedy steps up, scores the first one for us, a very nice penalty. Neymar is going to step up for our opponent. Ruffier in net. Can he save it? Neymar does the stutter. Ruffier dives the right way, but that is a dirty penalty right there from Neymar. And we would have a chance with our Neymar. Can he do what the last Neymar did? Shoots it down the left, the same side as his Neymar, and also finds the back of the net. Messi steps up for our opponent. And Messi, can he score? Yes, he can. And we are still tied in penalties, yet to miss. Sergio Aguero is going to step up for us. Can he prove that the sub was worth it? Steps up, has it down the middle, and Sergio Kun Aguero misses as he hits the crossbar. So I probably should have kept Benzema in the game. Bale steps up, has a stutter penalty, and Ruffier comes up big with a great save, and we are back in this, looking to win it. This time our Messi steps up to the plate. Can he score? Shoots it to the left. What a great penalty that was. I was a little bit scared it was going to hit the post right there. Marquisio steps up for our opponent. Can he score? If he misses, we are in a good situation. However, he shoots it to the middle-ish left, and Ruffier went to the middle-ish right, so that was a bad dive from us. Effenberg steps up, not going to miss that because Effenberg has just been the man of the draft this time around. Yaya Torre steps up. Can he score? Does a stutter. He's been doing the start of the whole penalty shootout our opponents, and he shoots it down the middle. Another nice penalty. Iniesta, will he miss? Will he score? This is our 5th penalty taker, if I'm not mistaken. Iniesta gets a little bit lucky right there as it goes right over the head of our opponent. De Rossi now, can he equalize it? Ruffier looking to become the hero. Can he save it? Our opponent does a stutter penalty, shoots at the left, and we are tied still at 5-5. Tremolinas, can he score? We're coming down to the defenders. It's going to get harder for both teams. Tremolinas, very nice penalty from the Frenchman, shoots it down the right and keeps us in the penalty shootout. His left back would step up this time. Gulam over here has a stutter penalty, of course, shoots it down the same way as Tremolinas, and we are still tied at 6-6. A pretty long penalty shootout. Baran, our center back, steps up, and this time we wouldn't get so lucky by shooting it down the middle because he read that pretty well. He saved it. Bartra with a great chance to win the game, shoots it down the left-hand side. Very nice penalty from the Spanish international, and he wins the penalty shootouts. We lose the foot draft final, and I can't really complain. Our opponent was a very good player. He took his chances. Despite coming back, we weren't able to get that fourth goal, and penalties are just not my specialty, and we would lose in penalties. So we lose the draft. I'm yet to win a draft this year in FIFA, and our bad luck continues in the draft. But we go ahead and open the packs. It's still team of the season. Can we get something good from the packs? And in our first pack, we get absolutely nothing, which is a little bit disheartening. So we're going to go ahead and discard all of that crap because we don't want to keep any of it, especially since they're not City players. We get 3,000 coins, which isn't that bad. Go ahead and open the second pack, which I think is a little bit better than the last pack that we opened. And who do we get? Gaitan, definitely a better pack than the last one, but still absolutely crap. So go ahead and discard that too. We get Shia LaBeouf right there, but it wouldn't matter as we get 4,000 coins from discarding that. That's 7,000 coins in total from the whole draft, which is pretty good. And we're going to go into our last game of the episode, and this is one of the reasons why this episode is a very long episode. I know it's 17 minutes long. I'm sorry for that, guys. It doesn't usually happen, but I wanted to get a third game in there, not only because I wasn't happy leaving on a loss, but I also wanted to get a division game in there because we got to hurry up and progress in the divisions. And we go ahead, play with the City team. We're in Division 2. I'm not too sure how we've done so far. I think we're like 1-1-0 or 1-1-1, something like that. We're not doing too hot, but we're doing okay. And in the 22nd minute, our opponent will get his first chance over here. Carlitos Tevez with an amazing pass to Pereira. Pereira goes to have a shot. Otamendi brings him down in the box, and that is definitely a penalty. And it's been a while since we've conceded a penalty, so it only made sense that we conceded one now, and that was a little annoying. But looking at it back on the replay, it was definitely a penalty. However, Higuain is going to step up. Can Joe Hart save it? Unfortunately not. He dived it the right way, but that was a very nice penalty from Higuain. And we are down 1-0 in the 25th minute, despite starting off pretty well, but we just weren't able to create any really good chances. We just got close a little bit, and straight off a kickoff, we go on the attack over here. David Silva to Aguero. Aguero waiting for more people to push up, gives it to Navas. Navas right there beats that defender with his pace, has a shot on his left foot, an incredible shot. Unfortunately, he is denied by the woodwork. It bounces to David Silva, but he was offside. So that was our first chance of the game. Not an amazing chance, but a nice little shot right there from Navas. And over here, Silva gives it to Aguero. Aguero's positioning is insanely good. And of course, he finds the back of the net, equalizes the game. And just the way that Aguero drifted down the left-hand side to get himself some space, it's just amazing, and one of the main reasons I recommend you get Aguero into one of your teams. He is such a good player in FIFA this year. So some people say he's not that great, but I think he's an amazing card, and I might be a little bit biased, but you guys should definitely try him out. And once again, Aguero getting himself open. This time he finesses it with his left foot on the left side, which is something I wouldn't dare ever do in real life. And luckily, he did find the back of the net. And that is partially because he does have a 5-star weak foot. Another great reason to get Aguero. So he is the man of the hour so far. 3 shots, 2 goals. We're winning the game 2-1. We turned it around thanks to the Argentinian striker. And we head into the second half with a 2-1 lead. The stats are pretty close. I think we've had the better first half, but our opponent scored, and that means he's still in it because we need to get that 2-goal cushion. And over here, he sends Pereira through, and Pereira finds the back of the net. Pereira causing all sorts of troubles alongside Tevez against us, and that was a very frustrating goal to concede. But in the 65th minute over here, our opponent would have another chance. Pereira once again, Higuain to Tevez. And once again, Otamendi cannot catch up to Tevez. I was so annoyed with Otamendi. He is having a shocking game so far. Gave away the penalty. Let Tevez through on goal one time. Let Tevez through on goal 2 times. And he is just having a nightmare for a player who I usually find amazing. So that was very annoying to concede, but a great pass from Higuain nonetheless. And we are down 3-2. So we go ultra attacking, trying to get our way back into this. Don't want to lose 2 games in a row. Yaya Toure to David Silva. David Silva to Navas. Navas gives it back to David Silva. And David Silva can't find the back of the net. I don't know what the hell was that. Luckily, though, our opponent would give us a glimmer of hope as he does the goal kick right to Sterling. Sterling to Aguero, and Aguero, the hero, completes his hat trick, puts us back into the game, equalizes it 3-3, and definitely going to get man of the match even if we lose the game. And over here, in the 84th minute, our opponent will go in the attack. However, Otamendi does something good this game as he comes up with an intersection, gives it to Fernandinho. Fernandinho to Silva. Silva to Navas. Navas runs down the right wing. Is going to swing in a low cross to who else but Sergio Kun Aguero, who gets his 4th goal of the game. Our 4th goal of the game. Makes it 4-3. And just like that, we go ahead and win this game. I don't know how the hell we did it, but we did it. And unlike the last game where we were tied 3-3, this time we were able to find the 4th goal, win the game, and secure 3 points, a very much needed 3 points. Aguero takes himself the match ball, rightly deserved. The man had 5 shots and 4 goals. That is insane, and definitely going to get man of the match too. So we get 3 points. I'm not too sure how our record is in Division 2 so far, but it's going to pop up in a second over here. As you see, Aguero with a 9.9 rating. I don't think you can get anything better than that. That's insane. And with that, we win the Division 2 game, and we're 4-1-1. We're actually better than I thought. Okay, so we need 5 points for promotion, 8 for the title. Anyways, guys, this is going to conclude this episode of actually, it's not going to conclude this episode. I forgot. Gonna show you guys the transfer list really quick. We actually sold a Diego Alves for 29,000. A Ruffier, like I said, I was gonna buy some more when the team of the season came out. He's currently in the team of the week. Team of the season came out. He dropped to 15,000 coins. I bought him for 15,000 coins, and he sold for 20,000 coins. Nice profit there. Sturridge, I bought him for 160,000, sold him for 180,000. That's about 10k profit. And looking back on that, I think that was a terrible idea selling him for 180 because he's over 200,000 coins as we speak. And we sold another Diego Alves just for 29,000. Anyways, guys, this is going to conclude this episode of my road to Manchester City. A pretty long one. I'm sorry for that. But my name is Pippy Deed, and I'm out.